style display. Brandon Elrich is so gay. We're living the
Hello, everyone. This is Brandon Elrich, and this is episode 51 of season 2 of my podcast. In this episode, I'm talking with Stefan Pasek, and we cover all sorts of different topics. But this is just part 1 because we had a long conversation, so I cut it into 2 parts. The next one I'll put out next week. But I hope you enjoy it, and please visit my Substack to subscribe. Thanks. Well, we've already got several people in here, so that's
Yeah, we got
good.
a few people. I would hope so. I would hope that somebody wants to listen to us.
You never know with these lives, though, because sometimes I've been on one, and I got like a bunch of people right at the beginning, like 40 people in a few seconds, just ridiculous. And then sometimes I'll go and sit there for a couple minutes before anybody will come in. I'll maybe get like 10 or 20 people or whatever. Like, it's just, you never know what's going to happen. And I don't know. It depends on what else is going on too. If there are other people, I know there are other lives going on. I saw some. So
Yeah, but we're
depends on that
cooler
too, I guess.
we're cooler than they are. You think we'd win out.
Oh, well,
yeah, I've had
what?
the same live on the same day at the same time, like the same content, same day, same time. It ranges from anywhere from 20 people to 100 people. And sometimes I'm waiting 15 minutes to get to 10 people, and sometimes it's like today where we're gonna get 10 people in 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, it's crazy. Ooh, Hodgepodge is here. Hodgepodge is exciting. It's fun.
Yes.
So
Hello, Nero D.
Whoa, Nero D. I believe that's the
That's
preferred name. I think that's just what she tells.
that's what
She tells me all the time. That's what she wants to be called. I'm so mean.
Well,
How
I
long
mean,
have you been?
hodgepodge is part of the name too, so I guess you're okay
Yeah.
with probably it.
Yeah, I
saying
asked
that.
one time. She said it wasn't an issue. She said she wasn't offended by it. So,
Oh, well, that's good. How are we
long have you-
tonight? She said she doesn't care.
Yeah, that's what she told me. I wouldn't purposely try to offend somebody. I hope maybe someday. I'm sure I have in the past. Actually, never mind. How long have you been in Substack, Brandon?
I started, well, technically, I opened the account in December of 2024, but then I really didn't start posting regularly until January of 2025. So it's been about a year and a half.
And did you go into it with a plan, or did you just kind of evolve as you went?
I had a plan, pretty much. I was writing before that. I was writing on Medium for a few years.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Have you? Are you on
I'm
Medium?
familiar. I was.
Oh.
I left Medium, but I was on Medium late last year, and I'm under the impression if you were on Medium like 2023, 2022, you were on during the heyday, during the good times.
Yeah, that's when I was there. And then I saw the good times go down, and so that's when I came to Substack, because I was like, I can't rely on Medium for any kind of monetary support. So
yeah, not at all.
I
You'll
came to
be lucky.
Substack.
You'll be lucky if you make your $5 back.
I know. That's the way it is now. I mean, I have rollover balances right now. I've made like 40 cents in this month.
Oh, jeez. That's more than me.
But I also don't.
Crossroads.
Yeah, I've only posted like one thing there this month, so I just kind of gave up on it for the most part. I'm not even going to try much. I'll post stuff every once in a while and just kind of get a few cents or whatever, but I'm not going to, like before, I was posting very regularly on Medium. There was a time for a while I was posting something every day, and I was working on some articles that I knew I put a lot into, and I knew they'd do well, and I got several boosts, and I was making pretty good money on those for like a few months in a row, and then it just all just they decided they didn't like my stuff anymore.
Alexei asked, were there a lot of reads on Medium? If you're talking about, I get more,
Oh,
and this is just my experience. I get more views or reads on Substack than I got presentations. I got total exposure on Medium.
yeah. See,
Like
there.
if I post like a poem or a story, not today, I'll get like over the life of it, I'll get like 600 views. So 600 people will
Oh,
click
yeah,
into it.
yeah,
And I think the last Medium or the last Medium thing I posted got like 250 impressions.
yeah. And on Medium,
I
it's
don't know.
kind of they had the different. You had views, and then you had reads. And in order, a view was just if anybody clicked on it, but a read, they would have to stay on the article for at least 30 seconds to count as a read, and that would.
And I don't know what you've seen for reads. I was seeing reads in the mid double digits when I left. Was that kind of what you were seeing when you left?
I don't even remember now. Um, it just depends on it depended on what it was. Like if it was, I mean, I guess my regular ones, yeah, it was probably something like that. But like a boosted
Jeez.
article did it really well, and I made good money on those. But
If only you
yeah,
could get boosted every time.
I know there were
Yeah,
some people that got boosted quite a bit, but you know,
I've seen screenshots of people making like $400 off a boosted article, just one boosted article. It's like, wow, that's crazy.
yeah,
It's like 3 months of
yeah,
Substacking.
yeah. There
Three
was
months.
one month I I made like $800 and some off of my boosted articles, but that was like when I had like 3 or 4 articles boosted in that month. So, and that wasn't like a regular thing. That was the biggest month I had ever, and that never happened again. So,
What were you writing about?
mostly when the first article that I had boosted was an LGBTQ article I published in a queer publication, and that's mainly what I was getting boosted most of the time. And then I had one about AI. It was kind of a satire, and then a humor piece. So most of them were the kind of personal stories about queer experience or relating to that. That was mostly what was getting boosted. And then they changed what they were looking for and stuff. They didn't like the same things, weren't boosting the same things anymore. So had to kind of
And
pivot.
they probably replaced 2 of the people on the boost panel and changed the entire landscape
Yeah,
of what
it's
was
very
boosted.
possible.
Is that what you planned to write about on Substack? Like, what was the transition like for you?
Yeah, I mean, partly when I created my publication, I named it Brandon Elrich is so gay, and part of it was that it was a funny publication title. I thought, I asked a few people in my writing group, and they thought it was funny, and I don't always write about gay stuff, but it's like a lot of it's humor and whatnot. So at first, I was like basically just reposting stuff that I had published on Medium, and kind of I would edit it a little bit, and make it if I because a lot of times you'll look back. I don't know if you do this, but I look back at some of the articles I wrote and I'll be like, oh, I wish I would have done that differently. That I could have made that better or whatever,
I'll look back at
you
something I
know.
wrote last week and think that it doesn't need to
Yeah,
be very
right.
long for that
Yeah,
to happen.
yeah. So I would usually take something I wrote on Medium and kind of edit a little bit and post it on Substack, especially because didn't have any like paid subscribers or anything at first. So it was like, well, I'm not gonna, go to great lengths to make a really good piece and not, get anything out of it as far as like a lot of views because I was still building up my audience and all that. But I was fortunate though when I came over because I already knew some people on Substack, and I got a recommendation. The Mouthy Renegade Writer recommends my publication. He's really high on the list on politics and maybe humor, or I think it's a humor uh, category. And so
I
I
mean,
got a ton of new subscribers from that.
oh yeah, I have pension.
Yeah. So
Alexei,
that really helped.
is the sub name a play on Your Mama's So Fat?
Kind of. It's like, back, I don't know if you remember, but in the 90s or whenever it was, people would call something gay. Oh, that's so gay. Like,
Oh, okay, yeah. Isn't
that's
that
so, and it was,
is
I
that
know it
really
was
the
kind of,
90s? I don't know that it
what?
was the 90s. I feel like that was like 2002, 2003, 2004. Because I feel like I was a teenager at the time.
Well, it went back farther than that. So, I mean, they were
Oh, did
still
it?
saying it, I'm sure, like through the 2000s or whatever. But like, I think it started back in either late 80s or 90s. But yeah, it was like, that's so gay, meaning kind of that's so lame or dumb or whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of taking it and twisting it and making it like being so gay is a good thing, not lame and stupid or whatever.
Yeah, I
But
think so.
I
It'd
I
be kind of
have
weird
been
if you were right in the other side, like, oh, being this is terrible. Like,
right,
that'd be kind of
yeah,
weird.
yeah,
I'd have to
calling
question things.
myself stupid or whatever, yeah, self-deprecating.
I mean, you can. I mean, there's some popular comedians that make their living off self-deprecation. So.
Well, I mean, I do, and the stuff that I write, I make fun of myself sometimes, and I think it's funny, and I think people appreciate that.
Yeah, I
But
mean, as long as you find it funny, that's what matters.
right, I've actually been thinking about changing my publication name. I think I pretty much am. I want to do a rebrand just to. I feel like I need to. I don't know. Um, Reinvigorate my publication or something.
Or do you feel like it's um I don't want to say it died, but I felt like it is for me anyways, I feel like it's sluggish. Like
Yeah,
things are just stale and sluggish.
yeah, and I don't know. I just feel like it's hard not to compare yourself to other people, but I look at other people in my category and whatnot, and I'm like, oh, they're doing so much better than I am, and why can't I? What's happening? Why am I not gaining as many subscribers as they are? You know, so like anyway, so I'm kind of rebranding, I think.
What are you gonna rebrand to? Are you gonna go
So
full serious?
no, I'm not doing that.
You gonna
But
join me on dad jokes? You can join me with dad jokes.
I have enjoyed your dad jokes. I like them. Some of them I've been clicking the like on some of them, but no. Basically, I mean the content I think is going to stay basically the same. It's the name of the publication. I think that's maybe it will attract more people because Brandon Ulrich is so gay is kind of like feels limiting. Like if somebody's reading it and they're like they might think it's just about queer subjects or whatnot, and it's not.
Sure.
So I'm thinking, well, maybe I should go a different direction with the name of it, and I might attract more people. So I put out a note a couple weeks ago, maybe or something like that. One of those, you can do surveys now on notes, and so I did a survey and made a few different names of publications, and people voted on it. But one of them was humor me for a sec. Like
You could have did Brandon is so funny and just only replace the one
I
word.
thought about doing that too, and put funny in quotes or something. Because sometimes when you talk about somebody being gay, like back in probably also in the 90s, people would ask, "Are you funny?" Meaning, "Are
But
you gay?" You know?
I've never been asked that, so maybe
Oh
it's
yeah.
possible.
Yeah, that was the thing. Oh, there's Ben. Ask something normal and well adjusted. Whenever Ben comes in, he usually asks a random question that I will try to integrate into the conversation. But now,
Normal and well adjusted doesn't happen in
yeah,
these lives.
well, normal and well adjusted.
That's
So
the
I guess I
farthest thing
should
you'll ever
answer.
get here.
I should answer as something normal and well adjusted. I can't think of what that would be though.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. So, how do you like
But
Substack?
I've enjoyed it. Um, when I first got here, I just planned on coming here for writing, just kind of the same things what I was doing on Medium. I was just going to do it on Substack and hopefully like gain paid subscribers and try to make a living doing it. But um then not long after I got here, I saw that we had the option of doing like audio podcast. I'd never thought of doing that because I don't like my own voice. So I was like, if I don't like listening to me, why would anybody else want to listen to me? You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I got over that. I was like, this is just the way it is. So either you like it or you don't. And so I started recording podcast episodes. And then it wasn't too long where people started doing live video, or it may have been already doing live videos, but I didn't start watching them until a couple months later. So then I started doing live videos, and I enjoyed doing that. Never intended on doing that, but I thought it was I've enjoyed all of it.
Did you ever look into why you hated your own voice? It's a funny biological reason why you hate your own voice, because everybody does.
Oh, really? So you know the answer to this?
Yeah, I was wondering when I was listening to myself doing this. Actually, I listened to some of them. I can't stand my voice. I hate my voice
Oh
so
yeah,
much. I find it like nails on a chalkboard. So I looked it up. It has to do because your brain is used to hearing your voice through your head, so it
right.
reverberates out of through your skull. So you get
Yeah.
like an uncanny valley effect when you hear your own voice.
Well, I did know that it was different at least because what I'm hearing and then what I'm listening to the recording, I was like, that's not the same thing. But I just have to accept that that's what other people hear. So
Yeah. Apparently, professional musicians, like professional singers, they have to be trained specifically to not to be able to listen to their own voice and not find it annoying. Essentially,
yeah.
I found that interesting that I'm not the only one who listens to myself and is like, oh, how could anyone want to listen to that?
Well, I also feel like I've never really liked myself either. I don't like anything about myself. I don't like the way I've never liked the way I looked or certain physical features or whatnot. And so the voice is just throw that in with it because I don't like anything else. So might as well throw the voice in there too. But
Really, you don't like anything else?
well, I
You have
mean,
low self esteem.
always have. I've gotten to the point where I kind of just like accepted myself for what I am, and I've kind of learned to like certain things. Like I think I like my hair. I think
You do have
I
you do
changed.
have fabulous hair.
Well, I wasn't fishing for a compliment, but thank you.
Don't you
But
like your sense of
yeah, I
humor?
mean yeah. I mean, there's some things I've always been kind of sarcastic, and I like that. I like that type of humor. I like that type of humor in other people when I watch like stand up comedy and stuff like that. So yeah, I like my own sense of humor, I guess.
That's it. That's what the likes and everything else is in the con column. Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe not everything, but everything else is in the uh that's just the way it is column, or that's That's I don't know. Just accept Cullum. Maybe not like, but I'll at least accept it.
Yeah, you'll look past the flaws to make this work.
Yeah. What about
Do
you?
you?
What about your self-esteem? Do you feel like you have a decent self-esteem or?
Uh, I like. Yeah, I think so. I'm not. I'm a pretty. I'm not like one of those guys that's gonna tell you how great I am or anything. But
Right.
there's a like, and I have some weird quirks with my autism. I walk funny. I kind of move. I'm kind of, if I record myself walking, it's so bad. Oh, I hate it so much. um, uh, so there's things like that, but I don't hate everything about myself. I don't like my hair ever. So I'm the exact opposite probably of you. I
Mm.
do like my height. I'm almost 6.5 feet tall.
Okay.
Stuff like that. So I might have more positives than you do. As
Yeah.
far as like what I like about myself. But no,
Yeah.
I'd be lying if I said I had like a real high self esteem or anything.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to have to have a high self esteem in, like, I hate to say this, like, in the current society. I think it's hard to have a high self esteem unless you fit a very specific mold.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me being jaded with humans.
Yeah.
You're either judging me
I mean,
harshly or trying to trying to come up with a response to that.
no, I'm kind of a thinker too. Sometimes I can't respond right away until I like process it a minute. So,
Sure.
but I think it's good to have some humility. One of my biggest turnoffs is somebody who is arrogant. I can't stand arrogance. That's immediate
Oh,
turnoff.
the walk.
So,
Do you know how like that walk that they have when they're
oh
really
yeah,
into themselves? Yeah,
the
the
strut.
strut.
That's what it
Isn't it?
is. Yes,
Isn't that lovely?
yes, yes,
You immediately know not to talk to that person.
yes. Yeah. Well, and speaking of walking, people have told me they could tell I'm gay by the way I walk. So you're not the only one with a funny walk, I guess.
Well, didn't was isn't is this? Do you know if there's anything behind that? Because I've heard the same thing about voices. Like, gay people have certain voices.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
I
want to know. I
think
want to know
there's.
why. That's weird. That's because to me that's
I
strange that
think
that would be the case.
I read an article that talked about that not too long ago. Now I can't even remember what it said. There, I think there is something, but there's something like physical.
Yeah,
I'm
it's just
physiological.
maybe this is my own naivety, but I just never connected sexual orientation with the physical. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? No, I don't want to say deformity because that lends itself to a negative, but a physical
Yeah.
difference.
Right. Right.
'Cause it's not like you're taught in school. Hey, this is what a gay person looks like, or this is, you know what I mean?
Right. But that's kind of how society is. Like, when did you ever see the movie Boy Erased?
I've seen a part of it. I didn't sit down and watch it because it was just playing in the background one day.
Oh, okay. Well, so it's based on a true story about this young guy whose parents, his dad's a minister, and they're very conservative Christian and everything. So they send him. He's gay, so they send him to a gay conversion camp. And in that camp, some of the things they teach the the guys there is like if they have their hands on their hip, like I don't know if you could see it, but like if they put their hand on their hip like that, then they're like, no, you can't, don't stand like that, stand like this, and don't walk. They're kind of teach them how to walk like a man, or stand a certain way or whatever, and that's just kind of how society has has looked at it, I guess, because, if you have a limp wrist or whatever, that's considered more feminine or gay or whatever, So
Sure.
it's like,
Yeah,
I don't
no
know.
one does. You don't see the limp wrist. That's like when you have your like arm
Yeah.
compressed. Yeah, like that movement. You don't see that outside of like I've never seen. Sounds so bad. I really am trying not to be offensive here. I promise. You
Well,
never see it like you never see like a gym bro taking a girl on a date with this limp wrist. You just don't see it.
right, right. And I think guys are taught that. They're conscious of it. Like
Yeah. So is
it's
that like
something they
a
learned very early. It's like you don't do that because that's feminine, you know?
yeah? Is that a gender role issue? Is that like a like it's like guys are taught not to cry? Is it like the same thing?
Yeah, that's another one of those. Yeah. I think that's not as bad now as it used to be. But yeah, we used to be taught, don't cry. Don't cry. Suck it up. Tough it out. You know, you're not supposed to show emotion for some reason. Well, I guess it's
I
considered
had
weak.
I had like this really profound thought, and I was gonna say,
Oh, sorry, I
and
interrupted
then
it,
I,
didn't
no,
I?
and then I
I just
forgot, and
I
then
knocked it out of your head.
yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, I wonder because I wonder because I almost in my mind, and this is just my certifiably crazy like mind. It makes me wonder if there's almost if the if we're almost looking at if we don't really understand what's going on. I guess if maybe sexual orientation is m- more deeply ingrained in somebody than we think it is. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah.
Because if it's affecting, like you had mentioned, your walk and your
Yeah.
and I had
Voice.
mentioned voice and stuff. It
Yeah.
seems like it's not just this the sexual attraction part of my brain is feeling a little frisky with has a different taste bud, different set of taste buds.
Right.
It's a whole body thing.
Right. Yeah, and
I have no idea. I'm just throwing out the idea.
well, I mean, there has been research that shows that gay people have there are certain parts of their brain that are more active than a straight person. And
Oh, see, I haven't seen
there's
that.
like biological evidence that it's not that we're at some point choosing to be gay. It's part of our
Well, was
genetics.
it? So it's no longer considered. There's no longer a debate on nature versus nurture. Like I know there's no
I
longer a debate on whether or not you choose it, but is there an upbringing debate on it? So, or is it a
I
combination? Or
think I
do you
mean
know?
I think yeah that people have different opinions about it. I think with everything there's a little bit of both. Like with alcoholism, you can be predisposed to alcoholism because of your your family and your genes and whatnot. That doesn't mean you will be an alcoholic, but if you start drinking or whatever, it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to uh, stay away from alcohol than it would for somebody like me. I don't have a problem with it. I
Well, you
could
seem like
have
a
one drink
you,
and be fine. I could
you seem like a
socially drink.
wine. Yeah, you seem like a
Yeah.
wine drinker. Am I stereotyping?
Actually I don't prefer it, but I do like fruity drinks. I will say that. I like mixed drinks and like margaritas and a strawberry daiquiri or sex on the beach. I like all of those.
There you go.
I I don't
I'm in
drink
these life.
beer.
Well, yeah, you see, you're
I know I'm giving into the
yeah,
stereotype there, right? Aren't I?
you're giving into it. I
But
think I got. Go
that's
ahead.
also not something that I'm choosing. It's just what I like, you know? It's like
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't like beer and I kind of I don't know. If I'm gonna drink something, I want it to taste good. So I'm not gonna, because I've heard a lot of
Sure.
people, they don't even like the taste of beer, at least at first. They have to get used to it, and they just drink it to get drunk or whatever. I'm like, I'm not gonna go through all that. I don't. What's the point of
Yeah,
that?
it's definitely an acquired taste. For probably 2
Yeah.
years, I hated it for the longest time, and now I crave it once in a while. Maybe once a month, I actually crave the flavor. It's very strange.
Hello. Monday's
I
wife. Monday's wife. Do you
you
know
know her?
Monday's wife?
I do know
No.
Monday's Wife. She writes about economics.
Oh, okay. Well, she said
She
your name and then said hi to me, and I don't think I've ever seen your name before. So hello, Monday's wife.
okay. So do you
Sorry, I just had to
no,
point
no,
that out.
there was another I had a couple months ago. It was probably, I think it was December. $5 margarita night at a Mexican restaurant.
Ooh.
One of the worst mornings of my life.
Oh.
The morning after, it reminded me of that I'm getting old. $5 margarita night.
I like margaritas. I like a frozen strawberry margarita with sugar on the rim and a lime.
Do you know the difference between margaritas and daiquiris?
A daiquiri has rum, and a margarita has tequila.
Is that the difference? I never knew. They taste the same to me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you put
Daiquiris typically use rum.
do you put salt in the daiquiri?
Usually not. It's
Uh,
usually like it's also like sugar typically, and
Sugar.
maybe whipped cream. I like it.
What
I
do you
like daiquiri.
what do you think about I'm gonna we're gonna I am committed to entertaining Brandon for as long as he will tolerate me. So we're gonna see how the topics go today.
Yeah,
What
we
do you
haven't even really gotten into the topic that we were playing. We were talking. Well, this
yeah,
is
that's normal.
like you were saying, it was going off the rails, which it's fine.
Yeah. Whatever comes up. Well, what, how do I want to approach this topic?
Oh,
Bisexual people. Do you think
oh
they?
yeah.
What do you think about that group? Because as one, I feel like what the kind of like the maligned middle child.
Oh, yeah, did you say are you bisexual?
Yeah, my wife and I check out guys all the time, and
Oh, I didn't
we
know.
check them all the
I
time.
never knew that. I don't think I've
So
ever heard you talk about it.
uh, I've mentioned it in lives, but I don't talk about it very much. It doesn't really come up.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
But
I mean,
I do wonder about it because I feel forgotten because I just get labeled whatever. Depending on who I'm dating, I get labeled that way.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it,
I mean, I have heard that from a lot of people, the whole by erasure kind of thing. Like people feel that it doesn't exist, or that they're just confused, or they haven't come out completely, or whatever. I've heard all those kind of arguments.
depends how bad if my wife goes completely off the raka, maybe I will come out next year or something. If my wife goes completely off the raka, I'll have to switch plans. Yeah, I was wondering if as somebody, um, obviously as somebody in the same like I don't know how in the same community
Community.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like the B there is there for a reason, but it almost doesn't.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just feels kind of strange. I just thought maybe you had thoughts on being people who are on bisexuals or pansexuals or a thing. I would actually know
Yeah.
the difference.
I've dated a couple of guys that were bisexual. Now, the only I have a little trouble if I'm dating a guy. At least back when I was dating them, I would have this kind of well, it goes back to self-esteem thing, I think too. But I would think, well, maybe I'm not enough for them. Maybe they would want to go back to being with a woman. Maybe they would miss the vagina or whatever, and I, and they would break up with me eventually. I so I kind of had that insecurity about it. But yeah, I definitely don't stray away from people that are bisexual or whatever, and I don't think anybody should
I don't.
erase them
I
or
never.
forget them.
I never felt that. I just felt like
Oh yeah,
um they just never get talked about, and they just get labeled
yeah.
whoever they're with, which is fine. I really don't care. People can label me whatever. Um, if I was afraid of
I can
labels, I'd
see
have to hide in
that.
a cave. But I thought maybe you had insight that I wouldn't. I had never heard the phrase by erasure or whatever you had said.
Oh yeah,
I had never heard that
yeah.
phrase.
I don't know if you feel this way, but I feel like it's a little better than it used to be. Like I think there people who are bi. I think they're more accepted than it used to be. Do you feel that way?
I don't. I might be too young because by the time I was thinking
Yeah,
about that, it was like 2008, 2009, and at that
yeah.
point, if you're not like blasting it with a yeah, fix that hair. Ooh, there you go.
I,
It's perfect.
it was kind of flat in the front, so I was like, I felt like I needed to do something.
So if you're not like blasting it on like a loudspeaker, by the time it got out to any number of significant people that I was that way, it was like 2014, 2015, and I'm already past.
Yeah,
Like it's not like I'm doing that in the 80s or 70s or 80s where I'm
yeah.
going to be instantly demonized for it. So I feel like I never felt um I
Excluded.
never felt excluded due to my sexuality, but I also never went out and just told random people.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
people
I
I knew,
know
it
it.
was already people I knew.
Yeah, and if you were like with your wife somewhere or whatever, people would automatically assume that you were
So,
straight because you were with a woman.
yeah, yeah. So
And I don't.
it never affected me, and I think that
Yeah,
I'm lucky in that way, in that my
yeah,
sexuality never affected me. 'Cause I know a lot of people who it did, but yeah, as far as I like being actively discriminated against, I've never experienced it for my bisexuality.
yeah. How long have you been married?
I've been married 8 years
Oh,
and
okay.
been with her for 13,
Oh, okay.
2013. Uh, so, not quite old enough to, no, actually, like old enough to be in elementary school. Rock
Oh,
on, boy.
Kathy Derrickson says I label Stefan as sexy.
She's not the only one. Have you gotten naughty DMs yet on Substack? Do you get those unprovoked naughty DMs? I've gotten like over a dozen.
I've gotten the DMs I get. Usually, it's someone who just followed me or just subscribed to me, if I follow them back or subscribe back to them, they'll immediately send me a DM and say hello, and that's all they'll say usually, just hi
Mhm.
or hello. I'm like, at first, the first one I got was like, okay, hello. I mean, but and then very quickly they ask, where are you from or where do you live or whatever, and that is like, what? Why are you? That just seems odd to me. To just, I don't know. It seems a little odd on for somebody online to just say, "Hi, where do you live?" I'm like, back up, hold on. I don't know who you are or why you're asking these things, but I haven't. None of them have been naughty, but they've just been kind of like um suspect, I guess. Just kind of interesting. I had one not too long ago, and we had a conversation back and forth, over a few weeks or whatever, and then he was like, I don't feel comfortable giving out a whole lot of information on this platform. Can I get your whatever WhatsApp or I can't remember what it was. And I'm like, all right, there's something going. Why is he wanting me to go or get Snapchat or WhatsApp or what? Why are we leaving the platform for that? What is the deal with that? I don't know. There's something suspicious
Signal.
about that. Yeah, I was like,
Telegram and Signal are the two I've been getting recently.
yeah. So I'm just, but I haven't gotten any. None of them have said anything naughty to me. I have
you
gotten
haven't
one
had
or two
you've had
females.
you haven't had any naughty AI pictures of yourself made?
No, have you?
Yes, I've had four, all from two different
What?
people, two from two different people.
Oh,
Um, and
I'm
boy,
jealous.
people are kinky. That's all
Ah,
I'll say about that is people are kinky.
wow. I'm
They
I
would,
ca- I feel like I'm left out. Why haven't I been made into an
I'll,
AI sexy picture or something?
I'll be completely honest. Once I switched my profile picture to something that wasn't me, they stopped.
Oh. Oh, well
But
maybe that's
when I had my profile picture set as myself,
yeah.
um, I got quite a few. I'd get, but I didn't get quite a few AI pictures. I only got the two people sending me AI pictures of myself, and I blocked them pretty quick. But I would get some. I've seen a lot of boobies on Substack. Let's put it that way.
Oh, well, I've
I
seen
have,
a lot of
and
dick.
I've seen some of that too. um,
Yeah,
I've
there's
seen some.
a whole world that's like if you follow certain people, you start seeing and
Oh,
liking. There's
like
a lot.
the third or fourth day I was on Substack, I must have clicked on the wrong person because I felt like I was on Pornhub the day after. Oh, it was awful. I didn't know that
Yeah.
Substack had an underworld like that.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of nudity.
It's weird. You click on somebody's profile and all of a sudden it's like, you like this?
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind seeing it actually, so it's fine. But
You're not objecting to it when it comes up.
I'm not objecting. It's fine. And well, I think in America we're a little too prudish about our bodies and things. S- Some of it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like
Do you think it's like, what do you mean?
why
Like, do
do
you think, like, I
well
know in
like
Europe there's a lot of nude beaches and stuff. They seem to be more okay with it there.
yeah, I mean we all have bodies and they're all I mean not they're not all the same obviously, but we all have the same parts and stuff and it's like if we see I don't know, some people freak out if they see a woman breastfeeding in public or whatever. Come on. It's
I only do when she's drinking a beer while doing it.
do you that you would say that again?
If she's drinking a beer while breastfeeding, then I freak
Oh
out.
yeah. That would be or smoking or something while she
Yeah. Well, that I've seen
like
that many times. I've only seen the
oh
beer
wow.
once. On the bench outside of a Walmart, she was breastfeeding, drinking a Bud Light. I thought,
Oh
ooh,
wow.
you can tell what state I live in.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah, it's just I don't know, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like why are men allowed to go topless and show their nipples and women's nipples are like
I don't know.
I don't know. It's
Why don't you see more male nudity in art? Like, there's all sorts of
ah
these there's all sorts of these arbitrary. It's like one day, some old guy, a group of old guys sat in the basement and decided what was okay and what wasn't. And boobies aren't
yeah,
okay, and male nudity
I
in
guess
art isn't
not.
okay.
I
I
guess
have no
not.
idea.
I mean, there's some male nudity, but definitely not as much as women in art. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's what Leonardo was. It's pretty much the monopoly on male nudity in art.
yeah.
Bunch of old statues, and they all have. Never mind. I'm not going to go into the
They'll
into that.
have what?
Yeah, we're not going to go into that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. As soon as we start talking about the size and shape of statue
Oh,
anatomies,
oh,
when we go into,
mm,
we've gone too
oh.
far.
We've gone off the
we,
edge.
yeah, this is a family substance
Reel it back in.
for
Oh,
another
is it?
17 minutes.
Oh, okay. I'll try to be more conscious of that. I might have said something that's
No, we got three.
overstepped anyway.
Yeah, we got 3 fucks or 1 nipple, I believe. And now we have
Oh,
2 because I said
I
one.
didn't say that.
No, I did. I said I said 1 now, so we have 2 more. We got before we
Oh,
can move
okay.
before we leave PG
I didn't.
13.
I did mention nipples, but I mean, I don't feel like that's like
Yeah, you
saying
have to
nipples
show it.
is.
Yeah, I think you have
Yeah.
to show a nipple. Yeah.
Oh
It's like
no.
oh, yeah, there you go. We'll instantly be PG 13.
Yeah.
How long were you on Medium? Because Kathy's asking how long you've been writing.
Oh, I started Medium in 2022, I think. And before that, I had a website on WordPress. Well, I still have it, but
Oh
I had
boy.
a blog on there. I was blogging on WordPress and was part of a community there and everything, but couldn't really monetize anything on there. And I thought, I wanted, I know and money's not the most important thing, but I do have bills and I would like to pay them doing something that I love. I want to make money doing what I love, and I love writing and I'm good at it. See, this is one of the rare occasions that I'll say something
So
good
your
about
ego's
myself.
getting a bit. Your
Yeah,
ego's
yeah,
getting to you.
yeah. This
Can't.
I don't feel like that's too bad to say it, to admit.
Mm,
I'm good at writing. Yeah. So
No,
yeah. Anyway,
education, as the lamb says, I think there's little male nudity because it's seen as a lack of control.
mostly men make
Mostly men
movies.
make movies. I do
Mm.
wonder if there is if he maybe I'm assuming, but if the education may be onto something there.
Mm. A lack of control. Well, but I was talking about this with a friend of mine the other day, and it seems like with men, they're given kind of a pass because, like, a lot of times when, um, if a man and woman have sex, they a lot of times will label the woman a whore or whatever, but not the man
Mhm.
because it's the woman's fault, and because the man doesn't have control. And is this making sense at all? I'm not explaining this as well
Uh,
as what I was talking about the
it
other
makes
day.
sense. It's just there's so many examples of it,
Yeah,
of places where we see disparate treatment.
yeah,
Like you said with the horror label, where if you're a 17-year-old guy and you have sex with 6 women, you're getting patted on the back by your friends.
right. Yeah, yeah,
And if you're a woman in the same position, you're getting the exact opposite.
right.
Um, and then there's like there's a million examples of these going back and forth, and I just wonder if does that ever go away,
Hmm.
or is that just part of the biology of the human biology? Like our brains, do you think our brains are hardwired to treat the sexes differently when it
I
comes
think
to those?
I don't think it's as I think it's getting better than it used to be. So if it ever does completely change, it's gonna take a long time.
Because I feel like right now it's changing in some instances, but I feel like in a lot of instances it's not. It's just kind of
Right.
some of them seem more stubborn than others.
Yeah. In some ways it seems to it's like going backwards in like
I
with
didn't want
some
to say that because I didn't want to sound crazy, but since you said that, I'll agree.
I think so. I mean, I think with the queer community, we've made progress, and now with current administration, conservatives kind of want to take it backwards, and laws against trans people and suppressing gay rights and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it is kind of going backwards.
I gotta think about what I can say on topic and keep my.
Stop people from unsubscribing to you or something.
I tend to try to stay out of hot button political issues, so I'm not going to
Yeah.
comment
Oh,
on.
yeah. I usually do
You
not
can
talk about politics,
you're free
but
to, but I was just trying to figure out what I could say and what I couldn't.
oh well. You don't have to say anything. We can move on to the next topic.
Um, I would. Oh, it's so weird. I wonder. We should probably maybe get into the one I advertised in the note. Not that anyone from my note showed up. Maybe they did. I think like one person liked it.
Yeah, since we're almost time's
Yeah, we're
almost up,
almost an
we might
hour
as
in.
well hit the might as well hit the
Uh,
topic. Well, we kind of talked about a little bit vulnerability. We talked some about that, like self-esteem issues, being vulnerable, expressing yourself online, talking when you don't feel like you like your own voice and you do audio podcasts, or you don't like the way you look and you still do live videos. How do you get over that? Did you have that problem when you first started doing live videos?
um, I don't. I didn't have that problem appearance wise. I don't hate the way I look. Like that's not something
Yeah.
I have an issue with. My voice, I had it. It was really bad when I started karaoke.
Mm.
And it is still bad, even though I'm not doing karaoke at the moment. It's still bad doing these because I've listened to myself. I've recorded and listened to myself, and it's like, no one wants to hear that. But I wonder if that's a self-esteem issue. Do you think arrogant people just like everything about themselves?
I mean, it kind of
How much
seems that way,
how much of it is a
but
mask though?
well, yeah, I was just going to say, but some of it could be that they're trying to overcompensate for
Yeah. They have a small
negative
penis, clearly.
feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be. Yes.
They probably have a really loud truck too.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, that's the way it is like around here. If a if a small guy has a really big truck on popped up on big wheels, you're like, oh, yeah, he's compensating for something.
Yeah, he's compensating. We all know that.
Yeah,
That's been a joke since I was born, I
yeah,
feel.
yeah.
But yeah, I wonder if how much of it is a mask. Um and if maybe I guess it sounds so like ultra like philosophical and stupid. But maybe that the people who are the most self-confident are the people who seem humble. And it sounds like really philosophical and
Mm,
stupid. But I feel like if you have to strut around and pretend that you're God's gift to humanity,
yeah,
there's got to be a deeper psychological issue there.
yeah,
'Cause I don't know about you, I've never
yeah,
felt like I had divine blessing upon me.
yeah. And to me, it's so I don't know. I guess some people are superficial because those people that are really arrogant and think they're wonderful, they usually at least look good on the outside. And I guess people are attracted to that. But once you get to know them and see how self-centered they are, they're they're definitely going to care about themselves more than they are about you. So are you going to want to be in a relationship with that kind of person? I would
Isn't that
rather be with somebody that's humble.
isn't that just the way humans are? Like inherently, doesn't everybody always care about themselves more than they care about others? The only
I don't
instance I can
know.
think of where I don't believe that applies is when you have a child.
I don't know. I mean, growing up, okay, so I've heard this phrase, you have to love yourself before you can love anyone else. I don't think that's true. I don't believe that. I
That's because is that because you hate yourself? Or
yeah, we get kind of yeah, cuz like growing up or whatever, I didn't like myself, sometimes hated myself. I cared more about other people than I did about myself.
but did you? I think there's maybe a disconnect here in that is I think it really comes down to at a fundamental level, like if your life depended on it, do you care more about another person's life than your life? because I think that's where
And-
the biology should take over, and you should care about self-preservation almost exclusively.
In some cases, though, I mean, it's hard to say unless you're actually put in that situation. But I feel like if I really cared about someone, if I loved someone, I would put myself in front of a bullet or whatever to save someone that I love.
Yeah, I think I'd like to say that.
Yeah. Yeah, and
And
like I said, you
the
don't
only
know unless you're
person,
in that situation. But
yeah, there's one person that I can say that for very confidently, and it's a 3-year-old. But
right.
if you ask me about my wife, like, I'd really like to say that. Like, I really would. I really would like to believe that would happen. But like you said, like, I can't know.
Yeah.
And every time I get close to a high, like the ledge, when I'm way up high, I feel self-preservation every time. It's
Yeah.
I won't
Yeah.
look over the side of a tall building or hang out of a window because there's some self-preservation there. So yeah, I do wonder, and you see it in the news once in a while where people give their lives for others, actively,
Yeah.
like, almost all the time. And this is, man, I wish I knew if I was that good of a person.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just can't stay on topic, by the way.
These are vulnerable topics. That's on top. That's it
That's
fits,
close
right?
enough. Yeah, if
Yeah.
it's close enough.